This video is brought to you by my two books, Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist and The Blues Guitar Bible. Want to learn about modes, harmony, scales, chord substitution and keys? Or maybe you're interested in supercharging your blues guitar rhythm and lead chops. Whatever you're interested in, I guarantee you will be hitting the fast lane to progress with either of these works. Both feature video demonstrations and tutorials, loads of tabs and jam tracks to play along with, and I promise you, everything is explained in crystal clear plain English. Check out the links in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. That little tune there was me doing my best to exploit what is often described as the dark and exotic character of something called the Phrygian mode, and that is the topic of today's video. Basically what the Phrygian mode is and what it sounds like and how you can use it and how to kind of make it work for you. As hopefully I demonstrated there, it's got something of a menacing and dark sound to it, which is often put to good use by rock and especially metal bands. For instance, examples of the Phrygian mode include Wherever I May Roam by Metallica, For the Love of God by Steve Vai, War by Joe Satriani, and Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth. But it doesn't just stop at rock music. There are examples of this this particular Phrygian mode sound in lots of music by artists in the hip-hop genre. Someone called Montel Jordan apparently has a song called This Is How We Do It, which is apparently Phrygian. Thank you, Wikipedia. Likewise, someone called Doja Cat, never heard of him, has a song called Demons, which is, you know, you can understand dark and menacing. You're going to write a song about demons. Well, you know, Phrygian. And someone called Snoop Dogg has a song called Gin and Juice, which is also using the Phrygian mode. Again, thank you, Wikipedia. a little bit more recognisable to me is also Samuel Barber's Adagio for Strings, which is, if you're looking for an example of classical music that makes use of the Phrygian mode, then go and check that out. It's a beautiful piece of music. I can highly recommend it. Anyway, from rock and metal to orchestral strings via hip-hop, it's fair to say that it has quite a widespread kind of palette of uses. So here's some information on what the Phrygian mode is and how you can make use of it yourself.
Here is the explanation.
Okay then, so the Phrygian or Phrygian mode, however you want to pronounce it, what's going on, what is it, how do you use it, and basically what makes it tick. So a brief recap, I think, on what a mode is, because this is where much of the confusion, I find, tends to lie. A mode is basically what happens when you take a major key and focus the spotlight on one of the chords in that key. So I've done videos before on how to tell what chords are in any given key, but I'll just do a brief recap. Now, if I wanted, for instance, the key of G major, then all I've got to do, as a quick and easy way to find what chords are in the key of G, is I play a G chord like this, and then I stay at that fret and go to like the A bar chord shape. That will give me a C chord, and then move it up 2 frets, that will give me a D chord. So G, C and D are the 3 major chords in the key of G. Each one of those major chords has a relative minor. We find that relative minor by taking each major chord and moving it down 3 frets, 1, 2, 3, and turning it into a minor. So that E shape there, I'm going to turn into an E minor. That's now an E minor. So G major has a relative minor chord of E minor. C major, 1, 2, 3, has a relative minor chord of A minor. And D major, there's a D chord, move it down 3 frets, 1, 2, 3, the relative minor is a B minor. So those are your 3 major chords, G, C and D, in the key of G, and the 3 minor chords are E minor, A minor and B minor. And if you arrange those chords in ascending order, you get G, A minor, B minor, C, D and E minor, or E minor, however you want to play it. And those are what we call the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 chords. There is a 7th chord, but it's a weird little half diminished thing, which we're not going to bother with at the moment. So if we do that same kind of thing for the key of F, then we would get an identical kind of layout. We would have an F major, that's your 1 chord, G minor is the 2 chord, A minor is the 3, B flat major is the 4, C major is the 5, D minor is the 6 chord. And what the Phrygian mode is when you take a particular key, in this case we're going to use the key of F major, using those chords that we've seen there, and we shine the spotlight on not the 1 chord, the F, or the 2, or any of the other chords, but what we're going to do is we're going to take that A minor chord, the 3 chord, 1, 2, 3, that chord is going to be essentially the star of the show. That's going to be the chord which provides the overall feel to the chord sequence, and what we then do is we kind of prop that up with a supporting cast of chords that are all coming from, in this case, the key of F major. A minor is the 3 chord in the key of F major, and when you make the 3 chord the centre of attention, think of it as the musical centre of gravity, that is what the Phrygian mode is. So, you could write a chord sequence that maybe goes A minor, F, and then C, B flat, A minor, maybe throw a D minor in, back to A minor, and then your C chord again, B flat, and get something like this, 2, 3, 4. You see, when we reach that A minor chord, it sounds settled, it sounds resolved, but we're not in the key of A minor, we're in the key of F major, and we're focusing on the 3 chord. So you could say, well, this piece of music is in the key of F major, but it's focusing on the 3 chord, which is an A minor. That's a bit of a mouthful. So all you got to do is say it's in A Phrygian. And that tells, that the informed listener that, it's in a minor tonality, because Phrygian is always minor, and there's only one key where A is the Phrygian chord. That's the key of F major. So, it sort of conveys the same information. And that little chord sequence there was kind of what I was going to do, and I thought, no, I'm going to do something a bit riffier than that. So I started with, rather than an A minor chord, an A5 power chord, like that. Then I went up to this sort of slightly dissonant sort of F major over an A note. It's actually an F major 7. The important thing is that all of the notes in that chord are in the F major scale, as are all of the notes in the next little riff that I played. Like that. And then I did a similar thing, put a different little kind of dissonant E kind of thing up here. Again, that's like a weird little B flat major 7 over an A bass kind of thing. The important thing is that all of those notes, this one, this one, this one, and this one, are all notes from the F major scale. So we're still in that overall key of F major, but maintaining that A minor or A power chord tonality. And then the final little section of that riff was like that, and you can hear that wants to resolve back down to the A again. So every note in every one of those chords and every one of those single note riff parts of the tune are all coming from the F major scale. But all we're doing is we're kind of focusing on this note here, the A note, and the chords that A note can generate, like an A minor or an A power chord, like that. And then for the verse section of the song, I changed key. I went and did exactly the same thing, but using the D Phrygian mode, which is essentially just taking the key of B flat major, B flat, C minor, D minor, E flat, F, G minor, just taking the chords in that key and focusing on the 3 chord in that key. B flat is the 1 chord, C minor is the 2 chord, D minor is the 3 chord. So for the sort of quieter verse sections, I played something like D minor to a B flat major 7, to a F, E flat, D minor, and again, just basically focusing on the 3 chord in the key. So you can see that in order to make use of this, you basically need to know what chords are in the key. Let's just recap on that again. You just do this little 3 chord rock and roll thing like this. There's your 1, 4 and 5 chords. Each one of those chords has a relative minor in like that. Number those chords in ascending order: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. And whichever one of those chords you are focusing on, that is the mode you're in. The easy way to remember the order of the modes, which is Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian, is because those are the modes there. Is just think of the following mnemonic. I decided playing loud means a lot. Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian. I decided playing loud means a lot. And as you get familiar with working in this way where you're just thinking in terms of a tonality chord, that's the important thing. Which chord gives it its overall feel? That's, the tonality. And then that chord, like A minor, can be the 3 chord in the key of It can be the 2 chord in the key of G. It can be the 6 chord in the key of C. So that A minor chord occurs in 3 different keys. And what we're doing is, what you do when you're playing a mode is you're thinking, okay, let's make A minor the focus of what's going on. But, you know, we can just draw the supporting cast of chords from one of those 3 keys that the A minor is present in. And that will essentially define what the mode is. And yeah, there you go. That is a brief whistle-stop tour of what's going on with modality and, you know, how to use it in songwriting, and specifically today the Phrygian mode. Now you know what to do. Go away and have some fun with it. And as always, there's a full tab for that piece of music at the top of the video in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing it, that explanation you've just seen there, and a jam track to play along with yourself. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, link in the description, as I'm sure you know by now. $3 or £3-ish a month gets you access to all of these additional resources that go along with these YouTube videos. And of course, a massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that, or any of the other ways, all of which are linked down below, including, as I'm mentioning these days, the tier 2 level of Patreon membership, where you get all that stuff, plus a twice monthly hangout with me and the other tier 2 lads on Zoom. A great little get together that I can highly recommend it, as well as some extra video content that I'm putting up on the Patreon platform. So a massive thank you, as I say, to everyone who clicks on the links down in the description and helps me keep the lights on around here. Much appreciated, chaps. Thank you so much. And that is very much the video for today, folks. Hope you found it useful, informative and entertaining, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time. Beer and chat is the order of the day. Nothing more complicated than that. It's just what you need on a Friday tea time, isn't it? And it's a great way to kick off the weekend, I think, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.